The paint crew is coming this week, and I'm very excited, but I have a bunch of projects to get done around the bow shed and around the boat to make sure that everything is ready. And then they arrive and they start the epic job of getting the exterior of the boat ready for primer.
My name is Matt. Follow along as I turn Duracell, the legendary ocean racing sailboat, into a comfortable cruising home.
Today, my friend Pajo is coming to visit and help on the boat. Pajo and Ava, we know from a while back. We sailed around the Pacific about the same time. We actually left from Seattle, basically within the same week of each other. They sailed from Seattle all the way to New Zealand on a boat without an engine. They had an electric golf cart and motor on their boat. They're here to visit, and we're going to chat with them about their sail across the Pacific.
Pajo, what kind of boat did you outfit to do this on?
She's an Erickson 35 from 1971, built in California. I think 500 of them were made.
Right on.
And yeah, they're everywhere. They're great boats.
You turned it into an electric boat. Why did you turn it into an electric boat?
When I bought Cinderella, she had a Yanmar diesel, and every time I went out, something broke and it cost $1,000. And I was really kind of devastated and thinking, well, new engine's a lot of money, maybe there's another way. And at the time, Sailing Uma was just getting going, and they were like a DIY electric boat thing, and I took a lot of inspiration from them. So I got some electrical engineering books, did some reading, and put together our system. When I bought Cinderella, I had already made up my mind that I was going to go sail around the world.
I think I was super naive to know what what it meant to sail around the world without an engine.
And where did you guys start from?
We started from Lake Union in Seattle.
We went down the west coast of the Americas, all the way down to Costa Rica. And then we set off across the Pacific to the Marquesas and spent a bunch of time in French Polynesia and island hopped our way to New Zealand.
We were under motor, probably just getting into harbor sometimes, or like our range, because it was a homegrown system, because it was sort of like a test platform, what we were kind of doing on Cinderella. At the time, I think there were a few systems that you could buy like out of the box, but I think it's my toddler.
They were prohibitively expensive.
They were expensive, and we found a way to do it that was like super shoestring. Yeah, it was kind of interesting. I mean, there was plenty of other projects to do on our boat. We kind of built it along the way because she was pretty like bare race boat inside. So
similar to Duracell.
Yeah, actually, except we were just like learning.
Except way smaller.
Yeah, and we were just learning as we were going. We were just figuring it out.
The biggest challenge for me was becoming a captain. Like when we first left to go down the coast, it was like I was drinking from a fire hose. It was just so much stuff going on, so much to be responsible for, so much that you need to pay attention to. And it took a while before a lot of that became second nature, especially because we were still building the boat on the way.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, the trimming and finishing of this I can do on my own. What I really need help with is covering the ends now. You guys have landed in New Zealand. You're hanging out there for a while. And what do you want to do next?
Well, we're looking for the next boat. We really want to convert the next boat to electric. We need a bigger boat. We've got another crew.
If it hasn't been said already, we enjoyed this trip so much with an electric drive system that we are absolutely going to do it again and wouldn't even consider putting another engine in the boat if we could help it.
We can move the ladder to the inside and we could start taping up. I think start with that, just tape. So I've draped it over. We just tape tape them together to make kind of a sleeve that goes across. Ah, okay, yeah. And then we can start like stapling it to all the framing and stuff. Just kind of slowly stretch it out as it works its way out, as we work our way out. You know what I mean? What are like the top 5 requirements of the next boat that you would consider?
Fast. Relatively fast.
Safe and sturdy.
Okay.
number 1. Sails well, number 2. From that, it's just about accommodations for the new crew. Our ideal world would be some really cool old New Zealand design that's sitting someplace that we can pick up and bring back to some glory. But realistically, we've got our eyes open all over the world and are capable sailors and happy to move a boat anywhere if it's the right boat.
I'm really hoping that I can make this shed last for the remainder of the project. So when it comes to finishing off these ends, I was securing it and cleaning it up wherever I could. I'm trying to find some tarp zippers about 12 feet long so that I can open the ends in the summertime, letting even more air through. So if you know of some extra long tarp zippers, please leave a comment. I also worry about the wind in this area destroying my shed. Especially with the ends closed off, I'm not quite sure how it will hold up to the fall and winter storms. So to make sure they are nice and tight, I stapled the plastic to the framing with doorskin planks, which I think will really help keep it together. Building this shed has been a lot of work. It can be frustrating because it's not time I'm spending working on the boat. But we are trying to be serious about this paint job, which means building a serious environment around the boat. I think that the effort we put into the shed and the paint preparation will be reflected in how awesome the boat will look when it's done. And it will keep the dust we make from getting out into the environment. And the last thing I had to do before they arrived was build scaffolding around the boat for the crew to comfortably work around the hull. I decided to build my own supports and then rent the platforms that they stand on.
Right, it's been a mad rush to get the boat ready to go and all of the scaffolding built and the tent prepared for these paint crew to arrive. And so they're arriving any minute now. They're going to be sanding, fairing, generally preparing the boat for primer. And the goal is to have the boat into finished primer by the time it's too cold to put primer on the boat. So I'm very excited. We're not sure how long this is going to take, but we're very excited to see the boat kind of change dramatically over the next few weeks.
Something different, yeah.
Yeah, get out of the boatyard.
Yeah.
It's just another boatyard. I don't know, making it pretty would be fine with me. So. Gotta get my sandpaper.
Name's Small. We're a small painting group here, and we're the ones that's going to be helping these guys, Matt and Yanni, out with their nice project they have going out here. We're the ones that's going to be doing all the filling, fairing, sanding, and again, filling, fairing, and again, until it's nice and proper to where they like it, nice and fair. We'll be putting on a lot of that all grip fairing putty. We'll be sanding it and then fairing it off and put on some more and do it again until we love the way it looks and feels.
need more, Jess?
Yeah, let's see if I can.
Okay.
Ready for more spells?
Yeah, just has my.
Are you done with your little spreader for now?
This is the first time in 3 years of this boat project that we are hiring people to help you with the build of the boat. So of all the tasks that you could use help with, why is it this task in particular that you've decided you want to hire people to help you with?
There's a few reasons. The first is that we'd probably be committing channel suicide, YouTube channel suicide, by watching me sand the whole boat by myself for the next, million months.
Right, million months. Like many, many, many episodes of nothing but sanding.
Yeah. But the bigger reason is that they would do a much better job than I could faster. They do this. This is what they do, and they're really good at it. And I trust that they will be able to get it done in a lot more efficient manner than I could. And just, yeah, what's really, really important to me is that we get a paint job that will last a long time. And that is all about doing good preparation. The paint job is all in the preparation. It's the sanding, it's the fairing, it's the cleaning, it's the masking. People who do a good job of all those things make a long-lasting paint job. And if I were doing this by myself, I would probably do a decent job, but I don't think I would do as good a job as what they would do. So yeah, it's just really important to me, especially since we have this really sweet sponsorship with All Grip, who's giving us this amazing paint. We just want it to be, we just want to do a really good job. Meanwhile, I was stuck scrubbing the sticker residue off the hull. This took a couple days to finish because the old decals were huge. I tried a lot of ways to make this go fast, and I found that Goof Off adhesive remover in a spray bottle where I could just mist the goof off onto the residue and then scrape it off with a razor blade worked the fastest. I was a bit grumpy about this particular task, but it got done eventually.